Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here and welcome back to an all new Call of Duty Vanguard video. Today we have a bunch of information. Let's go over some of the new teasers as well as rumors that are floating around in the community. So yesterday we received this teaser which I talked about in my prior video, which will be linked down in this video's description, where we go over a bunch of information such as the weapons, the maps and more. And by the way, I forgot to mention in that video, there are rumors currently circulating on Twitter that the multiplayer maps are going to have dynamic weather changes. I'm not exactly sure whether this is going to be on all of the maps, but it's going to be on some of them apparently, so you might just be playing the game and a storm cloud will come in and it will start raining. Well anyway, some Russian YouTubers were sent a new teaser trailer for Vanguard. So this was taking place within the eastern front of the war because it does seem like this game is going to explore a lot of World War II, maybe even partially after World War II. And in this trailer we appear to see a train in Stalingrad, and that is why this teaser was sent to Russian YouTubers. And this teaser was for Polina Petrova that we saw within the recent Warzone Victory Royale teaser with the sniper. She is actually based off of the real life sniper Lyudmila Pavlichenko, nicknamed Lady Death, who had 309 confirmed kills in World War II. So the four main protagonists are going to be based off of real life characters as well as the antagonist in the game. And a huge thank you to J.R. Rizzo, who actually took the model of Paulina from the files of Warzone to create this nice looking render. Here is the thing though, the big thing in this teaser is we do see an emblem of Taskforce Vanguard 001. And you can see that it has a ghost or a skull that looks very similar to the Call of Duty Ghost logo. And I do wonder whether this could be the origins for Taskforce 141, since all of the Call of Duties are set in the same universe now. This might be the very first task force that goes on to eventually form Taskforce 141 in the Modern Warfare series. And somehow the storyline might also tie in to do with the backstory of Simon Ghost Riley, and it might be the reason for him having that ghost skull. So I recorded this video the other day, but since then we've received some more teasers for Vanguard. So basically we have a teaser now for each of the four main protagonists that are based off of in real life people. So we have Arthur for the Western Front, as we're going to be seeing a D-Day mission. We have Paulina for the Eastern Front, as we're going to see the Siege of Odesty and Sevastopol in the campaign. We have Lucas for North Africa, as we're going to see the first Battle of Alamein. And we have Wade for the Pacific, seeing the Battle of Midway. So it seems like the campaign is going to showcase the war from four different perspectives, and I'm guessing it's just going to interchange between them and maybe come together at the end. But yeah, we don't really learn too much from these teasers, to be honest. I wonder if we are going to see a teaser for the antagonist as well, once again based off of a real life person. And by the way, from the first Vanguard teaser that we received the other day, coming from the Modern Warfare 2 Ghost, this sign translates to: during the Second World War, the terrain and proximity of large forested areas were favourable to resistance movements, and Neville housed in 1944 an underground printing press from the Seine of Oise Maquis, which I have definitely butchered that. It publishes in particular Defense of France. This next piece of information is pretty huge, but the Chinese leaker known as Victor has been hinting that there is going to be a Blindfire feature in the game. And yeah, I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work. Apparently there might be mounting returning as well, so I don't know about that. It might create a lot of camping scenarios, but of course we're not exactly sure how it's going to function in game yet until we've seen actual gameplay. And this will kind of just be a spray and pray type scenario. Maybe when you're about to die, you need to duck and take cover, you could just spray your gun without really caring about precision. And maybe there's going to be a feature that where you're low on ammo and you just auto pull out your sidearm and just spray that. I do wonder what the camo challenges are going to be though, because I can imagine that this is going to create for a lot of really annoying camo challenges. And apparently Scorestreaks are going to be somewhat different in this game. Now, Scorestreaks in Black Ops Cold War were very controversial, and we don't have details on what exactly they've done, but it does seem like there might be something different with Scorestreaks this year. And by the way, in my prior video, I went over the apparent alpha as well as beta dates. So, as you guys know, the reveal is supposed to be taking place next Thursday on the 19th of August, and there's apparently going to be a live event in Warzone to coincide with that, and we're actually going to be able to play the game this month only on PlayStation with an alpha, which I'm assuming will be an open alpha. There will be no requirements to get in from the 27th to the 29th of August, so just a couple days. And there has been some rumors recently on Twitter that this alpha isn't going to be the proper multiplayer side of things, because there's apparently going to be a new mode called Champions Hill, which is basically like Fireteam Dirty Bomb eliminations from Black Ops Cold War, and it's like a mini battle royale. Your goal is to be the last one standing, and the mode is going to feature a similar loot system to Warzone, as well as buy stations to bring your friends back. As you guys know, there is going to be a brand new Warzone Pacific Theater map releasing with the launch of Vanguard, apparently on the 5th of November, or maybe soon after launch, but it's going to be happening around launch. The integration with Warzone is not going to be happening ages after launch like it did with Black Ops Cold War, because it is using the same engine as Warzone and Modern Warfare, so the integration is going to be a lot more seamless. And I'm assuming this mode might be played on small sections from that new map, and there's apparently going to be 4 maps for it. Whether all end up being available at launch, I'm not exactly sure, but there are also rumored to be 16 6v6 maps, which is insane for the launch of the game. So once again, some might be held back for post-launch content. But yeah, it does make sense to have this mode for the alpha if it's basically going to be a bonus addition to Warzone, because if it is open to everyone on PlayStation, it might entice them to buy the full game for those who just play the free-to-play Warzone. You know, Season 1's apparently going to be very soon after the release of Vanguard, so I do wonder whether that's when the integration is going to happen, considering it is so soon after. So for Champions Hill, lives count. Be the last team with lives to win, eliminate enemies to reduce their life count. You can also earn cash, just like in Warzone. Grab cash for weapons, lives, and armor from arenas, and there are buy stations, as I said, to buy weapons, lives, perks, and streaks in the Octagon. Upgrade your weapons at any time. So yeah, this is pretty major. It does seem like this mode is going to be awesome, honestly, and it's going to be a great alternative to playing Battle Royale in Warzone. It's just that you're going to have to purchase Vanguard to actually play it, and apparently you will be able to upgrade your weapons in this mode at any time with a click of a button. So I'm not sure if your attachments are going to be customizable and you're going to be able to add extra attachments to your weapon to increase its rarity, which is very different to what we see in Warzone and is more akin to Blackout, or whether there is some sort of other system to upgrade your weapons. But you'll probably go on a similar system to Warzone, where rarity is based on how many attachments are on the weapon. According to Modern Warzone, gunfight might not be in Vanguard, and this Battle Royale style mode might be the replacement, even though they're nothing alike. That doesn't really make much sense though. Gunfight is really popular, so I wouldn't be surprised if gunfight isn't there on launch. It might come in the later seasons. But yeah, Black Ops Cold War had gunfight, but it also had fireteam, so I don't see why they can't have both. Modern Warzone provided a bit of a weird explanation of this Champions Hill mode, saying it's like the PAX 3v3 mode, but the lobby consists of 8 other teams. Each team has 8 lives, and each round you get randomly paired against a different team, and the objective is to be the last team standing. So it's a mixture between Battle Royale and normal 3v3 gunfight. So I guess that is why it is replacing gunfight, but I would still like to see the normal gunfight. I don't see why not. Between each round is a buying period where you buy attachments, killstreaks, and perks. It's a really cool idea. One of the 6v6 maps is going to be set in Japan, one in Africa, and these are some killstreaks in the game. There's apparently a recon station, a care package, and the Juggernaut is returning. According to Tom Henderson, the Juggernaut is going to look something like this, where it'll have a gas mask on. According to Modern Warzone, we might be able to attach 10 weapon attachments to our weapons, and obviously that is an absolute ton. So the customizability could be insane to create a bunch of different weapon variants variants. This is just a rumor, so it's not confirmed yet, but he did say to clarify, attachments don't necessarily mean grips, sights, or physical changes to the weapons. Attachments also includes bullet mods like FMJ or subsonic rounds, as well as weapon perks like faster or longer melee distances. If you have a bayonet, which I feel like is probably going to be back in this game from Call of Duty World War II. So yeah, the gunsmith system is going to be returning. Apparently weapon levels are returning in Vanguard, and it looks like the max level for assault rifles is going to be 62, obviously subject to change. Like I said, there are 10 attachments per weapon total. You'll have 7 different kinds of attachments to unlock too, and are not necessarily class specific. The item count differs for every weapon, so it's not 7 items for all assault rifles, so it seems like 10 might be the maximum for some weapons, but it's not going to be the same for all of them. So hopefully that provides some clarification. There's not going to be as much customizability for every weapon, but some of the weapons in the game are going to allow for a lot more attachments than others, which, I don't know, might get a little bit messy. I think that's what the Modern Warfare 2 Ghost is referring to anyways. Tom Henderson said destruction in Vanguard is not major compared to stuff like Battlefield, but it's more than other previous Call of Duty titles that had pretty much no destruction. He said one clip he saw shows a soldier running behind a row of chairs, and instead of bullets just passing through them, they break and flip over. So a dude threw a grenade through a window, they broke via the destruction mechanics, and the animation for throwing of the grenade was very smooth, was instantaneous when pulled out and thrown. So according to the Modern Warfare 2 Ghost and Call of Duty Hope, Vanguard is looking really good graphically. Of course it is using Modern Warfare's engine, so that is to be expected. Modern Warfare 2 Ghost said the game's come a long way since he first saw footage of it months ago. It looks to be in a much better state, everything looks and runs sharper and cleaner, animations and surroundings are fresh. And in terms of the graphics, a lot of people are saying the game is very colourful, so it seems like although it's going to be using Modern Warfare's movement and stuff like that, it is going to be a bit more guns up at all times and a lot more fluid, and I'm glad to see that the maps are at least going to be colourful, because obviously World War II was very doom and gloomy, and whilst it might not be as realistic, it is just a video game after all, and nice colours are pleasing to the eye. The standard casual multiplayer is probably going to have some degree of skill-based matchmaking similar to Cold War and Modern Warfare. That's probably not going to change anytime soon. I don't think it's as drastic as people make it out to be. People definitely do over-exaggerate skill-based matchmaking, and there is a bit of a placebo effect with it. It is there, it's just not as strong as people make it out to be. Call of Duty Hope said the Vanguard reveal trailer is around 2 minutes and 30 seconds that we're going to be seeing next Thursday, and shows footage from the Pacific, Eastern Front, West Front, and North Africa. The reveal trailer is not going to be getting any multiplayer gameplay, by the way, but it does seem like we're probably going to see multiplayer gameplay at Gamescom, where they're going to probably announce the alpha that's going to be PlayStation exclusive just for this mode. And during this reveal event, there is going to be a massive armored train that we're actually going to have to destroy, and recently there have been audio lines showing up in Warzone teasing the arrival of this train.
Your attention please. Could the train station manager report to the main office? May I have your attention please? The next train does not stop at this station.
To close out this video, I have an awesome service to let you guys be aware of. This video has been kindly sponsored by Medal.tv, one of the best programs for generating action-packed gameplay highlights at ease for games such as Warzone, Black Ops Cold War, Fortnite, Apex Legends, Minecraft, etc. Today I'm going to be showing you around Medal so that you can see what it's all about. And you can check it out via the link in this video's description if you want to install their software and also check out their website. I'm going to be showing you all about the software and why you may want to consider uploading content to Medal as well. What makes Medal great is that it automatically detects what game you are playing and starts recording it so that you don't have to remember to start and stop the recorder. The developers built Medal from the ground up so that's the absolute most perfected and formatted recorder on the market. You can head over and play any game that you have in your Steam library or anywhere else on your computer. As you can see, Medal automatically detects the game has started and starts recording it. Now all you have to do is click click your configured clip button whenever something cool happens. In this specific scenario, it's the share button because the software does support controllers like the PlayStation controller, but it also supports obviously keyboard and mouse. Simply hit the button and the clip will automatically show up in your clips library. First you will hear a ding, then you will see the clip show up right there. You will simply want to click it, trim to the exact frame you would like to share, and then you can tag your friends in the clip, add the relevant hashtags, select whether you want the clip to be public or unlisted, select any additional social media that you want to share it to platforms such as Reddit, TikTok, and Twitter, and this can help grow your audience, especially TikTok. It has great discoverability, so if you're trying to push an audience to YouTube or your Twitch streams, you can upload clips to TikTok using this software, and that can drive traffic to your other social media platforms. Alternatively, you can post them to YouTube as shorts or just regular videos if they exceed the 60-second length. But yeah, you can easily share the clip by copying and pasting the link to your friends without having to do anything other than click the buttons in the Medal interface. You can edit right within Medal and upload it straight into the Medal cloud. Medal comes packed with options for creators. You can select up to 4K at 144 frames per second. You can do things like show your mouse in the clip automatically or record full sessions instead of just a clip. You can automatically free up space after you upload clips so you never have a full disc again. You can customize your audio and your devices, which can tell you how your clips sound before you actually start to record them. You can also record just the game audio in case you worry about things like DMCA, strikes if there's any copyrighted music. You can configure multiple different hotkeys on your controller, mouse, and keyboard at the same time so you never forget to clip. You can also configure hold to record, enabling you to record a longer clip. Even though you may not be recording a long session at the moment, Medal includes an artificial intelligence layer which uses computer vision to detect when key moments happen, and I think this is the most useful. It will detect key moments in game. Simply head over to your in case you missed it tag, which is under your settings, and select the games you would like to configure. You can configure the exact events that trigger clips or add them as bookmarks in your videos, which you can later use for editing. You can configure it for each game individually, and this is absolutely perfect because this will allow you to generate automatic highlights. You don't even literally have to do anything. You can just select which key moments of the game, like getting a victory royale or getting a quad feed or something like that, and it will automatically clip that segment. If your clips are taking up too much space, as I said, you can simply head over to the free up space button where you can automatically select all of your clips and delete them to free up as much space in your computer as you want. This applies to both full sessions and clips. Once you start making friends on the platform, you can see which clips they are tagged in, and when people comment on your clips or upload them, you will get notifications which allow you to engage with your friends and followers. You can comment on clips, favorite them, share them, tag friends, and much more. Because millions of you started sharing clips of Medal, the platform has been able to grow into a much bigger platform where you can get hundreds of thousands of views, maybe even millions, especially because it's still a relatively new platform and it's taken off already. But as I said, you can still choose to upload the clips to other social media platforms as well, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, you name it, etc. But just by using the right title and tags, you can help the content be found on almost anything, so go crazy with any type of tag that you want, and people will probably follow you because it uses a specific hashtag or post clips from a new trending game to get discovered as a creator. As people start watching your content, you will see data flow into your insights panel. You can see who your viewers are, how to engage them better, and where they are sharing clips to. If you need any help, their support is available 24/7. Simply head over to the help section and hit start repair to try and resolve your own issues, and if that doesn't work, simply contact the employees on Discord if you want to receive updates more frequently than once every month, which is usually how they push updates. And you can head over to the early access section, which is kind of like a bit of a beta test, so that you're able to get updates every week. So yeah, all in all, I think this is a really useful software. You can set it to generate clips at your desire, and you can set how long you want the clip to be, so that when you just click a button, it will just automatically record that last minute or two, or whatever the case may be. And you can also set it to automatically clip certain parts of the game. So for example, you could set it so it clips whenever you get a kill or you die, so that it will automatically put together a video without you needing to waste a lot of time editing. And then after it's generated the clips, you can then manually go through the clips and slightly trim it to make it a bit more perfected, and then you can share it on Medal or other social media platforms to help grow your audience. And this is awesome. As I said, if this sounds like something you will be interested in, you can check them out down in this video video's description. There's the website where you can see all of the different clips that other people have been sharing. They even have an app so you can see people's clips and your own clips on phones and tablets. And then there's the PC software that actually allows you to generate these clips. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching the video, and make sure to subscribe if you're around here for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.